Let's get it. How are we doing today, people? Que paso? Hello, everyone. I did not change that. There's my mistake. I think this is the only mistake that I've made. So let's change that. It's not a lesson unless I have made a mistake and you see me editing. So good time to start, I think. 5-1. And we'll change this to, we'll just say 427. So here we go. I'm really proud of my disgusting picture that I chose this week. So if you're still paying attention, if you're still watching these YouTube videos, here is your reward. You get this awful picture of me. Definitely a little bit overweight. The hair is like really hard to explain, although my hair kind of looks like it right now, but that's just more like quarantine hair. This is an actual haircut that I had that I thought I was cool with. It's a long story why it's that color, but it's a picture from New Zealand. We are in Weta workshops, and Weta did all of the digital like CGI work for Lord of the Rings. And so like behind Gandalf, there's like this big orc, which is really cool. And then here's Gandalf and me. I'm pretty pumped, obviously. So my week went by really quickly. It was good for the most part. Honestly, though, I'm not sure about you guys, but I really do have ups and downs. Like sometimes I'm feeling great. Sometimes I'm just kind of lonely and sad. It's okay if you feel those ways. It really, really is. The important thing, as my brother would definitely say, is not to be ruled by your emotions, is not to be ruled by them and just to regulate them and just make sure that you're in control of your emotions. Your emotions aren't in control of you. So there's some advice for you. If you watched the video last week, I had this terrible grad school assignment where it was like, I had to do like 5 different things. And I was just like really not wanting to do it. But then for some reason, I actually got my work done really early. Did it like sort of over the weekend. I did it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, worked on it, and now it's done. And now I don't have to be stressing on Wednesday, which is when I usually do. Usually be stressing so hard on Wednesdays. And yeah, so that was kind of cool. If you watched the video last week, yeah, and I got 100% on the assignment. I got the grade literally right before I started making this lesson. I checked my grade and I got 100%, and I was really pumped because it's a freaking tough. It was a tough one. So yeah. Speaking of grades, still great opportunity. Get your grades up. Turn in anything and everything, y'all. Y'all can do it. So vocabulary, been here, seen this, know what this is about. Let's just move this. I'm not sure if you can actually see that or not, but here is your vocab grade in quarantine and your vocab grade in school. I was quite proud of that one. Yeah, so your words for this week. Ambiguous, circuitous is how I say that. Clandestine. Some of y'all trying to plan clandestine activities. Dauntless and innocuous. So a lot of OUSs, which is just fun. I like those, you know? So if you're wondering where I'm getting these words from, you guys are learning the words you should know to sound smart. So you could just be like, yes, this is quite an ambiguous situation. And you could say, yeah, so there we go. There's some good vocabulary for you. IXL, do an hour of it. I know you probably, the 3 people that are still doing it are like, this is the worst, it's super boring, but listen, it's really good skills, setting you up for next year. Sorry, it's just the way that it is. I can't see you, I can't spend time with you. I can't have you do IXL. So boom. This week, again, we are doing another reading, writing combined. So you've only got 3 assignments this week. So the reading assignments are combined this week. We're reading some poetry this week. Welcome to the world of poetry. We've maybe read these before. I don't know. If we have, oh well, you probably don't remember, and we can do it again. So you're going to be reading 2 poems. You're going to be reading Song of the Open Road by Walt Whitman and The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. 2 great American poets, both very well known. I love Robert Frost poetry. I have a book of his that I'm going to read. I'm actually technically very, 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 very slowly over like years. I've been reading Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass. And it's kind of slow, but it's also kind of interesting. It's just something I'll pick up and read a poem here too every now and again. So while you're reading, so what I want you to think about, what is the theme, what the themes of the poems are. What message are these poems trying to convey? What do the poems make you personally think about? What do feelings slash emotions, what are the feelings or emotions the authors are trying to convey? So when you're reading it, their poetry is a very like visceral, emotional thing. It's kind of like songs. When you hear like a really good song, you're like, that's a banger. Poetry should have the same effect on you. There's a lot of, in a lot of ways, like even hip hop, modern hip hop is like just modern poetry. And so some of you are like, oh, this song's really sad. It's the same thing. It might get you hyped, but this should hopefully make you feel something. It's art in a pure, unadulterated form. It's like compressed and tight, and they're like just trying to get feeling. That was weird, but that's what I just want you to think about. What do you think the feeling emotions the authors are trying to convey? Then you are going to compare and contrast the two poems. So it's like not necessarily an essay. It's an essay as an option. It's 40 points again. So you're going to read Song of the Open Road and The Road Not Taken. Then you are going to write down 2 or 3 important lines from both poems. Both poems. So that's a total of 4 or 6 lines written down. So you're going to compare how the poems are similar to each other. They're both about traveling and adventure. There are more similarities. So if you really have nothing else, you can talk about one paragraph is travel and one paragraph is adventure. So I've given you that. So there's no excuse. You're like, Mr. I can't think of anything. There are more similarities between these 2 poems. Contrast how the poems are different. Think about what each author is saying. One author is kind of regrets his decision. Another author is like happy with his decision. One author is happy where he is. The other is like thinking about what the other path meant. But yeah, so think about that. So 500 word minimum, I reduced the word count a little bit so you can pick one. You choose easy mode or hard mode. Easy mode is 2 paragraphs with comparing and 2 paragraphs with contrasting, 4 paragraphs, y'all. If you want to get all them points, you're going to have to do it. If you don't do 4 paragraphs, I'm going to say you need to do 4 paragraphs and give it back to you. Or hard, compare and contrast an essay, compare and contrast essay with an introduction. That's a thesis statement, topic, sentences, etc. 1 compare and 2 contrast paragraphs, or 2 compare and 1 contrast paragraph and conclusion. Total of 5 paragraphs. Shoot. 500 word minimum. You think that I'd learn to proofread before I did this, you know? But I don't. So there it is. There is the work for the week. I would love to see you guys on Zoom. I'm literally getting like 2 or 3 people. I know I'm saying it's optional, but it's like, I'm going to say it's like strongly recommended from now on. If you can come by, say hello. I'm going to hopefully be contacting some of you who have Fs so that you can get your grades up. So yeah, so be turning in. If you have questions, contact me. If you have questions, hit me up in the Zoom on your class Zoom meetings. I'm available, I'm ready, I'm willing, and I want to help you out. You've got Teams, you've got YouTube comments, you've got email, you've got Zoom meetings. There's no reason why you can't contact me and get the help that you need. I'm here for you. I want to help. But yeah, I think that is it for me. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're staying safe. I miss you. Really excited for this all to be over, and make sure you come see me next year and say, hey, all right? Talk to you guys next week or at Zoom when I see you at the Zoom meeting. End meeting. Really not wanting to end meeting. End meeting. Goodbye.